Yo, so Blue is in a mood. You see her messing around and stuff. She like literally just started doing this right as I'm getting ready to go live. So anyway, I'm pulling up the live stream now so I can make sure I have chat and everything. But I figured today we go over a couple of Sesami flavors that I ordered. I got them a couple weeks ago. I haven't tried any of them yet. I've smelled them, like did a little finger taste or whatever, but I haven't actually baked any of them yet. So I figured I would do that. I've never tried any other flavors before. They're from Germany, I believe. I actually ordered them Black Friday, and it took forever to get here. I also figured I would go over a couple of new hardware pieces that I have purchased. I don't remember if I ever showed you guys the drag I bought. I've been buying a lot of mods because I'm paranoid with everything going on with the mail ban. I don't know if and when that will go into effect, so I've been going a little overboard with stuff, as usual. But anyway, I'll show it to you guys. I don't believe I showed it. I don't know if I had it yet. I'm not sure. I don't remember the last time I went live. It's been a minute. So I'm just waiting for these. They're about ready. I just single flavor, or I just mixed these like half an hour ago maybe. I don't know. I don't like steeping flavors, especially for first impressions. I figure I'll vape them fresh and then vape them later once they're, they've sat. I like to know what they taste like immediately and by waiting. I think both opinions or whatever are important. Because especially these days, I don't have a lot of mixes that I don't want to vape right away. Like, I don't want to have to wait for them. Anyway, so I'll probably save the most exciting for last because it's the one I've been waiting for and a type of mod that I've wanted forever. And it's pretty much perfect as far as the way it looks. But I'll start with the Voopoo Drag. So I got the Drag too, which ironically enough, I started hearing bad things about it after I'd already bought it. I heard the Drag one I think is better, but anyway, I got this because it was pretty well priced. I think it was like $40-ish, something like that. I don't know. I think it came with the tank because that's just what the deal included. I don't use tanks, so I'll probably just sit in case like my dad or somebody needs it, or if like I ever travel again, I'll have it. But this is what it looks like. It's got like the resin, and I like the way that this type of material feels. It's really smooth. I haven't actually really used it. I mean, I made sure it fired, but outside of that, it's just going to be a spare device because I have been going through devices kind of a lot lately. Like my Eve Dillo was broken. It just the resistance was all messed up on it. It was reading 0.20 higher than it should, which is a considerable amount. And I noticed that it was getting hot like near where the atomizer was. I'm guessing because the resistance was so far off. I'm not entirely sure, but I didn't want to use it. I tried to take it apart to see like if maybe I could see something that just needed to be fixed. Plus I was just curious to see what it looked like, and I kind of messed it up. So it's dead anyway. It's not like I would have used it in its current condition, but if I were to, it's not possible anymore because I screwed it up. But yeah, that's what the inside looks like. I mean, it's pretty standard. It's magnetic. I don't think the other part comes off, but I mean, it's a mod. It's pretty compact. It fits nicely in the hand. It doesn't feel super cheap. It is fairly light, but it doesn't feel like as light as some others, like I'll get into shortly. But yeah, I can't really give an actual opinion on it because I haven't used it, but it's more so like a backup device in case my other devices break, or someone that I know vapes if their devices break. I also got another one of these. I've already showed you guys one of this, or one of these. I just saw it for a good deal, and I do like Aegis mods, so I got another one. I haven't even opened it. It's just going to sit in its box in case I or my dad needs it, because he also likes Aegis mods. It's a single battery. It can use a 21700, or if you use the adapter, you can use an 18650. I have used this a fair amount because I use it to test my e-juices or recipes or whatever. It's not like an all-day device. I'll show you what that is in a second, but I use it for testing, and I would use it like maybe for traveling or something. I'm not big on like single battery devices, but I don't know. Again, just like variety and having backups, and it does fit really nicely in the hand. I like the way that Aegis mods feel. They don't feel cheap. They're durable. I like them. All right, this is probably the newest one I've gotten since my Eve Dillo thingy broke. I was left with a lot of 21700 batteries that are no longer used, because while these do take the 21700s, the other ones were married, and I didn't want to really divorce them until I was for certain I couldn't find another dual 21700. Plus, I don't really need that many 21700s for these devices. So I did a little research to see like if there were any other dual 21700s out there. There really aren't many, at least from what I've seen, outside of the Eve Dillo, which I'm not going to buy again because why would I? I haven't even had that mod that long, and it's already screwing up. So it's a Guar 21. I probably should have looked that up before I mentioned it, but it's another dual battery. You can use the inserts to make it a 21 or a 18650. A lot of these 21700s you can do that, which is nice. So, because I mean, 18650 I feel is the most popular type of battery used in devices. So it's nice to see that as an option. I'm looking for my receipt. So yeah, it's a Vandy Vape Guar 21 200 watt mod. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty big. Let me see if I have my Eve Dillo. I think I threw it away. Or no, it's here. So it's like all kind of like, you can see where I kind of try to tear apart. But just for like size comparison, one of the good things about the Eve Dillo was it's, you know, that it was so compact, especially for being what it was. You can see the size difference. It's considerably larger. It is heavier as well, which could be good or bad. I feel like a little bit of heft is okay because it might show that it's more durable and made with better quality products. I literally just got this like 2 days ago, so I couldn't really tell you about that. But it doesn't feel like super cheap. It doesn't feel super expensive either. But I mean, it feels fine. The only thing that I'm kind of concerned about is I don't really tend to like these types of battery things where it just slides on, because when you drop it, the batteries and the door go flying. I don't know why it's made that way. I'm guessing there's a reason, but I don't know what it would be. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe so you could interchange this part and like make it customizable. I don't know. I'm not a mod maker. The screen is nothing to be impressed with. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it because the glare and whatnot. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But, I mean, it's fine. I like it because it's easy to read. Like, some of these things can be a little difficult. But as far as like how fancy it looks or whatever, it doesn't. It's pretty basic. But yeah, I mean, it works. The fire button's nice. Like you can feel it when you press down on it. I like the ones that are like clicky, you know, like when you press it, you know you're pressing it. Other than that, I mean, see the buttons are pretty prominent. It feels nice. Like my hands, I don't think they're big necessarily or small. I guess they're pretty standard, but they're not small. So I don't see any issues as far as like comfortability of like holding it. And it's not heavy to where it's like, you know, going to be a problem. It just is a little bit heavier than most of the mods that I have. Probably the Aegis is probably like the only one that's about the same kind of weight. Other than that, I mean, I don't really like the style of the battery door thingy, but I think that's all that was available. It looks kind of cheap. Like it doesn't look like the Voopoo. Like this one looks pretty nice. Like I'm not gonna lie, as far as the way it feels, the way it looks. Like it looks nice. This looks like a sticker. And they're probably both stickers, but this one looks like a sticker. But it's fine. I don't really care. I'm not as much into looks on my mods as more as I'm looking for functionality. You know, does it work? Does it fire when I push it? Is the resistance accurate? And is it durable? Like, is it going to last longer than 6 months? You know, that kind of thing. So we'll see. I just got it. I got it for a pretty good deal. I mean, for what it was, a dual 21700 and the fact that there aren't many of them, I paid $57 at Element Vape. So not too bad, nothing crazy. And then the last one, and the one that I was most excited about, because I've been wanting a clear mod for the longest time. I just like the way that it looks, you know, where you can see the internals and the circuitry and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to a lot of things. So I kept seeing this on my Facebook because apparently one of the distributors is friends with me. I didn't know who she was. I just knew that she was involved in vaping, so I added her because she had a lot of mutual friends. But apparently she works for some kind of wholesaler or whatever. She kept posting what I thought was the Vicious Ant. I forget what the name of it is, but it's like the really expensive, well, all of their products are expensive, but like their clear mod. It looks really nice. And it's like one of the ones like Jay Hayes, he did his mod through them at one point. And I liked the way that his looked quite a lot, but I didn't get one. I think just because I don't really know why I didn't get it. Probably because it was expensive. That's the only thing I could probably figure, because I just like, I have trouble spending like $100 on a mod. And not to say that's expensive, but I'm cheap. And, you know, for what I need a mod to do, I can't justify it being that expensive, because like a lot of more expensive mods have like temperature control, stuff like that. I don't use that. So, and like I use pretty low wattage. So for me, spending a whole lot on a mod just doesn't seem practical. Anyway, she kept posting what I thought was the Vicious Ant, but it's not. It's actually just their product. It's by Rinco. It's the Jelly Box 220 watt mod. I don't think I showed you guys this the last time I was on, and if I did, I apologize. But yeah, I really like it. It was what I was using as like my all-day device up until I got the dual 21700. This is like when I was talking about how some devices feel cheap. They feel very light. This one's very light. But I got it for a really good deal. I only paid like $36 for it, I believe. But yeah, I really like the way that it looks. I'm sorry about the glare. I like that you can see your little battery wraps. Like I have a little anime chick on my battery wraps, so you can see her through. You can see the chip in here, the circuit board, whatever. And the metal part feels fine. It's just the plastic that feels a bit, you know, whatever. I just worry about dropping it too many times and it's going to crack. I already dropped it once and it seems okay. but that's what I worry about with it. I don't like the fire button and all that kind of stuff looks fine. I am noticing now something here. What the hell is that? Almost looks like rust or something. Not sure what that is. The bottom corner right there. It looks like coffee or something, but I don't really drink coffee, so it's like it looks like it's inside the plastic. That's weird. But anyway, other than that, which I didn't even notice until now, it's pretty. The buttons feel fine. They don't feel bad or anything like that. But, you know, they're clicky. Oh, I just changed the... I don't even know how I did that. Oh, I changed the mode it was on to something else. Anyway, that's all I got so far. I don't know if I bought any other vape stuff as far as hardware. I was looking for a new RDA because that was like another thing. I was like, what hardware type things could I foresee myself needing? It's definitely more mods, and then maybe like an RDA or two. But I didn't really see any because I like to buy all my stuff from one site if I can do that. But I don't really see anything that I like because a lot of like these RDAs are either dual coil, or they're like the super compact ones. Because usually if you're doing single coil, that's what you want, is the little short ones. But a battery door on the jelly box. I mean, it feels flimsy when it's like this, but when it's like in there, it feels like it's in there, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna pop off, and when I dropped it, it didn't come flying off or anything. It just fell. So, I mean, it feels fine. Element Vape is not there in the US. The only overseas place that I bought devices from is Vape Sourcing. Several of the devices that I bought recently, including the extra one of these and this one, both came from Vape Sourcing. They were really cheap, and especially if you can find a coupon code, they're even cheaper. But you are going to be waiting about a month, I would say. And it might be a little bit, or it may have been a little bit longer when I ordered them, because I ordered these when USPS was having all their issues. And they're still having a little bit of an issue, but I guess bear that in mind. The mongrel comes with a glass cap. Looks awesome. Yeah, I think an all clear setup. I actually do have, or at least I had, I don't know if I got rid of it because I did not like it. I think it was by Umie. I think that's how you pronounce that thing. I had a clear atomizer at one point. Actually, this one is by Dot Mod, which I don't like this RDA at all. It looks kind of weird. It looks like a lantern. Yeah. One of the problems I have with Dot Mod, and it's purely aesthetic. I don't like golds, especially the tone of gold that they use on their stuff. I think it looks tacky. Like, I don't know. It's too yellow. Like, if I wear gold, which I'm more of a silver person, it's got to be like a really borderline white gold where it's just like a hint of yellow. I don't like the overly yellow or whatever finishes. It's just not my thing. But I did have an all clear RDA and it looked cool. It just didn't perform very well. I don't know if I kept it. I'll have to look for it just to see what it looks like. But anyway, I'll look into the mongrel though. I'm more so with RDAs looking for performance, not as much aesthetic. Even more so than the mod, because at least the RDA is more of a function thing. Whereas a mod, I feel like there's less requirements for me to like it than an RDA. because I'm pretty picky about my RDAs. Anyway, I don't do tanks. It'd have to be an RDA for me. Ever since I found an RDA I liked years ago, that's all I do. I just don't like fiddling with tanks. I just feel like they never perform well. Anyway, we're going to get into these Sesamis. So I mixed up the lemon sherbet, which got, or sherbet, whatever, because it got a lot of good reviews. It was hard to find any information about Sesami because, I mean, it is in Germany. But from what I could find, and the ratings, I think it was rated highly on Nom Noms where I got these. But yeah, it was rated highly. And then I also got vanilla Crescents. I tried to get flavors that were a little bit more odd, things that you can't really get here because they were kind of expensive. And then you equate shipping into it as well. I did get it on Black Friday, so there was like a little bit of a sale going on. So I figured I was already kind of intrigued by them because Wayne was using them. But yeah, I figured that would be a good time to get them while they were on sale. So anyway, we're going to do the lemon. Well, actually, yeah, we'll do the lemon sherbet first. I did both of these at 0.5% because according to Wayne, and he mixes a lot higher than I do usually, he said that he mixed these like at 1%. And I usually need to at least have his percentages when I mix his stuff or vape whatever flavor. So I figured half of that would be a good starting point. We can always add to it. But yeah. I used to love tanks back in the day. And it was mainly because, I mean, I've been vaping a long time. So we're talking like 6-7 years ago. The RDAs that I had happened to use just were shitty because there wasn't a lot of just wasn't a lot of them out there. So compared to what I was using at the time, my tank was better and they were easier to use. I used a Pro tank for the longest time. I think the last tank that I used consistently was a Baby Beast or the TFE4. I also liked the Aromamizer, I think it was called. And I've tried several tanks since then, and I don't like them. Now, mind you, I still am having lemon issues. Like, I can taste it for like a couple of pulls, but then I lose it. And so far, I'm not really getting much out of this lemon sherbet. Yeah, I want to say I've heard good things about the PNPs. I think that's what Jay Hayes uses. I'm getting a little bit of lemon and then like an effervescence, if you will. Usually what people are trying to do when they do like a soda, it'll have like that effect to it. You can't really do carbonation in a vape. It just doesn't happen. So you kind of have to do something that's similar enough. And that's what I'm getting from this. I'm getting that effervescence, which I did hear or read on the feedback and reviews and stuff online, is it had that kind of effect, which is why I wanted it. It's not a lot of flavors have it. I'm not getting much lemon, which isn't surprising. So I am going to add a little bit more. I'll have to come. Oh my God. I hate when this happens. The stupid little tip thing gets stuck in the cap. For some reason with these bottles in particular, I've been having issues. I don't know if it's just like a bad batch or something. It's been happening a lot with them. It's annoying. Anyway, oh. Damn it. It just happened again. And I got to the point where I forgot what I was doing. But yeah, I even went as far as to buy an authentic K-Fun. Dumbest, like, vape purchase ever. I should have known better. I've tried so many K-Funs in the past. I haven't liked any of them. So I don't know why I thought I would like that one, especially for the price. It's not cheap. But my mentality was I wanted to treat myself to a more expensive tank. Because before that, I had never had an expensive tank. I think the most I had ever paid for one was maybe $50. So I wanted to see what the hype was about. Apparently I didn't choose wisely, but yeah, it just sits on my stout, which is somewhere back there. I also hate that YouTube changed their default chat to the top chat instead of live chat, so like you miss messages and crap. Don't like it. Hello? Why'd you turn off? Yeah, I don't build coils. I buy them in spools from Vape Optimum or whatever the hell they're called now. They used to be Lightning Vapes and they changed their name. I get their Claptons because that's what I like. I like Claptons, and I've tried doing just like a standard Clapton in the past and it was horrific. So I just rather buy them in a spool. They're already done. And they're better than I could probably ever hope to make them. Yeah, I can't do K-Funs. No matter how I build on it, I tried doing, a thinner Clapton. I tried just doing, round wire, all that kind of stuff, different resistances, different wattage, different juice viscosity. It's just not good. And the airflow is a little bit more restrictive than I would like, which I knew because K-Funs are just notorious for that. They're more old school type vaping. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty. It's well made. I'll give it that. Like, threading is smooth. There's no blemishes or anything like that. But yeah, it literally just collects dust. I actually thought I had more tanks than I did because when my dad's tank went, and that's how he vapes. I was like, oh, I'm sure I have a spare he could use or whatever. And I'm like looking, and it's like, ooh, I guess I don't really. I found one, but I didn't have as many as I thought I did. And that's when I got him to try squonking as well, because he doesn't like to have to constantly drip. That's like probably the most complaints I've heard from people is as to why they don't use drippers is they just don't want to have to constantly drip. So I'm like, well, if you squonk, that takes that out of the equation. And he did like it. But like he said, he ends up going through a lot more juice when he does that. So that's why he doesn't do it. But at least we know that he likes that. So it's an option. Because right now, with everything going on and what will probably continue to go on in the future, having options is good. Because he's very picky. Like, I had tried to get him vaping for probably about 2 years before he finally did it. And it was mainly because we couldn't find a setup that he liked or juice that he liked. So then when we finally got him something, he's been doing it ever since, but he's a very particular vapor. He's even worse than me. So having a couple options for him just in case something happens, because he uses an older style tank. And I fear that eventually, he won't be able to get the coils that he needs for them, because they're like the discs. They're really weird. I forget the name of it, but it's an older style. So eventually I feel like he's not going to be able to find those items. So he needs to have something else that he likes. All right, so now I'm doing the vanilla Crescents. This one I automatically am getting more flavor from. When I smell it, it smells very powder sugary, which I like, because that's another flavor that's kind of hard to do in vaping, is like a powdered sugar, because it's missing that texture. Like anything textural is going to be, or textured, I don't think textural is a word. Anything textured is going to be difficult to do. But yeah, I use the Drop Dead. This is an icon. That's how I test my stuff. But like my all day vape is still the Drop Dead. Mainly because I over drip kind of frequently. And I like the fact that it's top airflow. And I also like that I can use a single coil centered, because that's how I like to vape. I don't like dual coils. And a lot of the RDAs that are out, you can't really center the coil just because of the way the posts are. So I'm stuck using that kind of design, because it's the only kind of design that would work for what I do. But anyway, I'm getting mostly powdered sugar and like a little bit of vanilla. And like I am getting a little bit of bakery. Now, mind you, like I said, I just mixed this like an hour ago. So I'm guessing it would probably develop more as it sits like for a couple days to a week. I do like it. I think it has potential, but I'm not sure if I'm not getting enough flavor because it's meant to be a lighter flavor, or if it's just because I mixed it low. So I am going to add one more drop, just like I did with the lemon. And these came out to about 0.2 per drop, which is pretty standard, I found, with flavors. A lot of times that's what they will be, is about 0.02. And we'll revisit that. See, I heard mixed reviews about the Barrage, because I was looking at that one as well. I forget why I decided not to get it. There was a reason. I think maybe the airflow. Something about the airflow. The blank. Interesting. Yeah, I looked at that RDA for vaping, because I heard a couple people say that that's a good one, but I don't think it was available anywhere. I'll look into this blank RDA. Yeah, I'm not a fan of squonking. It's too wet. Like I always feel like to me, squonking just feels like I'm constantly over dripping. That's the flavor I get from it. And I don't know, it's too saturated. I'm a weirdo. The only reason I had a squonker to begin with is for like when I travel, because Addie let me borrow his, I forget what it was called. The G-Box might have been what it's called. But anyway, he let me borrow it because I didn't have anything for like driving, and I did like it, so I ended up buying one. And then, like I said, when my dad had his issues, I let him try it, and he likes it. So it just sits down there. I don't even know if he ever uses it, but if I had to travel, I'd probably take it back from him. I also have an Asmodus. It's a regulated. I think that's what it's called. I always get like, or no, is it regulated or unregulated? It's basically, it has protection, but it's not variable wattage, whatever that is. I always get them mixed up because I don't tend to use anything but, you know, things that have circuitry and you can change your settings and whatnot. But yeah, I've never even used it. I just got it because it was on sale and it was pretty. I hate when the air adjustment gets stuck. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like anything. It says it's bottom feeder, uses a build deck similar to the C4, large wall-like posts. See, to me, that well is just kind of shallow. It looks pretty much just like the C4. How is it different? And it looks like it's really meant for squonking, which I don't do. So, and a lot of people gave crap about the C4. I actually bought that when I bought that mod. I think it's fine. I don't have any problem with it, and it's cute. And for, you know, because I just use it for squonking because it does have a pretty shallow well from what I remember. So yeah. What? Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, I don't think this blank thing is gonna really do anything for me. What is this other one? I'm sure this is enthralling for you guys, but oh, this one's expensive. The Flav 22, 75 euros. Looks pretty nice though. I like simple decks, and it does look like you can put it in the center, which is what I like. Yeah, they're all out of stock, and they're like 90 bucks. So that one ain't gonna work. It does look nice though, a little bit more of what I think I would like. Yeah, he got one, trust me. How do you not have a wrench? I thought I had made you a mod a long time ago. Hi, Tam. They're asking very inappropriate questions. We'll put it like that. It's something I don't even want to repeat. They're just clearly a troll, and a bad one. I don't mind trolls, but I do dislike bad trolls, so they immediately get kicked. All right. We're gonna go back to this lemon. See if it's any different. If it's still, I can't barely taste it, I'm not gonna bother with it. Because like I said, I am having issues with lemon still, so take my advice on lemon and strawberry with a grain of salt. Because strawberry is another one that I have problems with now. And I'm pretty much of the mindset I'll probably never get those flavors back. I still don't understand why I can still taste like lemon in any other form but vaping. I don't get that. You would think it'd be the same regardless, but I don't know, Addie. But I know I've made you a moderator, so something's going on. And I don't give wrenches out willy-nilly like other people. So I can't explain that. Hello, B-Dog. And yes, I was throwing shade. Because I feel like when everyone's a moderator, it kind of defeats the purpose. That's just me. Still not getting much flavor. Getting a little bit more. Ironically, more when I go through the nose. But not much of anything unless I go exhale through the nose. Very weird. I do like it though, because although I can't taste lemon from it, I don't feel like most people would have that problem. I like the powderiness of it. And I overdripped. I don't see any Band-Aids, so I don't know what you're talking about. I just see emojis. That's weird. I wonder if it'll show up in live stream. Nope. Hello. But yeah, I like the flavor. Is it anything you have to run out and buy? No. Not in my opinion. But if you happen to come across it, or it sounds like something you would like, I would grab it. I'm going to be leaving shortly. Just want to test this vanilla Crescent one more time. And then we can bounce. Mixen Vixens will be on as usual in about 4.5 hours. We're going to be going over the donut sandwich looking thing. I was struggling with it, not going to lie. I don't like overly sweet e-juice personally. And I was trying to do like a donut ice cream sandwich, because I'm guessing that's what it is. And what I was struggling with is most ice creams are pretty sweet, and donuts are almost always very, very sweet. So it was just like turning into one sweet muddled mess. So I had to kind of be a little bit innovative or whatever. Am I buffering? Shouldn't be. If I am, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so. I do know. I have it live and I'm not getting anything, so I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's what we're doing, is that donut thing. Bye, Tim. Oh, I did buy a bunch of Nature's flavors because Bull City has a bunch now. I don't have much experience with them. I have a couple of their flavors. So we'll see. I don't have high expectations though. Not that I need more flavors. Certainly don't. Flavor Monks, no. Basically, if it's not on Bull City, I probably don't have it. Because I pretty much buy my stuff from there. Occasionally, I'll buy from DIY Vapor Supply because they have a lot of obscure things. But that's pretty much it. And I don't buy from Nick River Supply that often either. Not for any reason in particular. At one point I didn't order from them because their shipping was ridiculous. Like it just took forever. But they seem to have corrected that. Also, their flavor selection wasn't that extensive. But again, they seem to have corrected that. I don't know. I'm just partial to Bull City. Alright, so vape Crescents again. Yeah, so it definitely is more pronounced. It would be about 0.75%. More of the bakery note is present now, whereas before I was getting more of like the powdered sugary textural thing. So it was more texture than flavor. Now I'm getting a little bit more of the actual cookie, which is kind of, I don't know if you've ever had like a vanilla crescent cookie or whatever the hell. They're, and I don't know if this is what they're going for, but in my mind, what I'm thinking of when I hear of it or hear vanilla crescent cookie, it's almost kind of like I wish I could share pictures, but it says that they're a shortbread type cookie and they have a lot of powdered sugar on them, so kind of like a drier cookie but not hard, if that makes sense. They're more kind of airy. I'm trying to think of something like in the US that it's similar to. I can't really think of it. They're not the most flavorful cookie if you've ever had them. They're more of like a light powdered sugar. They're not super sweet despite the powdered sugar. The powdered sugar is really what gives it, I would think, a lot of the sweetness. But yeah, it's a unique flavor. Like if you were gonna get one of the two flavors, the vanilla crescent would definitely be the more unique one. The other one is just like you could find something similar enough. But yeah, I like this vanilla crescent. It's nice. It's light. It's not overly sweet, which is something that I like. You could always add sweetener if you want it. So yeah, I do like this flavor. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything, because I am about to bounce. I'm really excited. Dying Light 2 is coming out sometime this year. They haven't announced a date or anything, but there was talk of, at one point, them not coming out with a sequel ever, which I was very upset about because I like Dying Light quite a lot. And another thing is Resident Evil The Village is coming out in May, and it looks amazing. Like the graphics alone look just amazing. It's crazy how far video games have come graphically. Like it is getting to the point where it looks almost real, which is crazy. And it's supposed to be very smooth. It's supposed to be very, very, it's a sequel to the 7. So if you've tried and liked Resident Evil 7, you should, in theory, like, this one. But they use the same type of rendering and whatever programming they use as the Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 3 remake, the Nemesis. So if you like those games, you'd probably like the Village. But I'm excited because I love Resident Evil. It's actually what I was playing before coming out here, and it's what I'll be also playing once I leave. I've also been playing Apex with Friction, our producer, or whatever you want to. I don't really know what his official title is. Producer / streaming editor, James, whatever. Him and I have been playing along with Max Savage, and occasionally Emily. Friction, as while I'm talking about it, he has a Twitch channel now. He decided that he plays video games enough, why not stream them live, We have a lot of fun when we play together. Mute that. So, why not stream it? Why is he not coming up under my followed channels here? I definitely am following him. Show more. There he is. So I'm going to put his Twitch channel in the chat. If you want, go give him a follow. He plays, so far, Apex and Borderlands 3. He's trying to get me to play Borderlands 3, but quite honestly, I don't think it's something I would necessarily like. Especially for $60. Like, I will drop $60 on Resident Evil, on Dying Light, no problem. There's not many other games I would, though. I'm pretty kind of cheap when it comes to that. What system, like what platform do I use? I am strictly computer or desktop, as you will. I have done away with consoles years ago. Like every other year, they're coming out with a new one. It's just too much. Ever since, Steam, you can get pretty much anything on Steam. There's like a couple that are like proprietary to Xbox or PlayStation, but for the most part, you can get most games on Steam or things like it. I'd rather just do desktop. I have to upgrade my desktop periodically, but to me, it's better than having to buy a new console and then dealing with all that crap. I do want a Nintendo, though. That's like the one thing, Nintendo games, you can't really get on Steam or anything that I know of. And I do miss Nintendo games like the Mario, Yoshi, that kind of stuff. So I am looking for like a Switch or something like that. It's just, with everything going on, they've been hard to find, and they actually increased their prices because, they haven't been producing as many, I guess. So even though Switch is nothing new, it's been out for a couple of years now. They're actually more expensive than they were, a couple, for the longest time. So, yeah, I've heard of those. I'm not very familiar, though. But the thing I like about the Switch is it's portable. Not that, anyone's going anywhere necessarily these days, but like when I had to visit my mom in the hospital, it was nice to have a portable game that I could, do while I was waiting. Because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting there, worrying all the time. Like for things like that, like doctor's appointments, which again, none of this pertains to the timing now, because when I go out, it's usually for necessities and that's it. And it's in and out. But I like that it's portable. I like that it's multiplayer. You can play even with the little mini joysticks together. Someone at work had one, never since I seen one, because I had never seen one in person. Because everyone that I know, in real life, they're gamers on a computer like I am. So they don't really do the consoles or the little handhelds anymore. They're just doing the computer. So I never, I don't know, they just seem weird to me. But actually having it in my hand and playing on it, it was actually pretty fun. So I don't know. If I see a good deal on a Switch, I do eventually want to get one. It's just not a priority. But the thing is, like, and I don't know if the emulator would be, would have these. I want like the newer games. I was under the impression that like emulator type things like are for like a lot of the older games. I could be wrong about that. I do have a Game Boy, some kind of Game Boy. What is it? So it's a newer one. It's not the newest by any means, but it's like one of the newer Game Boys. So I have like the original Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 2, 3. I have Yoshi Island, a couple other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head. So I have a lot of those on the Game Boy, but like the newer ones, like Super Mario World, I can't get on my Game Boy. I'd want games like that. And I also have Mario Maker. That's what it came with. It came with Mario Maker. Which game is best? Which, like the Mario games? That's tough. Out of the older games, I like Mario probably 3 the best. Yeah, and I have Tetris on it too. Yeah, Yoshi Island is good. And Mario Maker is good too. That's one game I couldn't get on my Game Boy was Mario Kart, which I actually wanted. But for me, that's most fun when you're playing with somebody. I mean, I could play by myself, but I feel like those types of games are fun when like you have other people. Golf, get out of here. I hate golf in any kind of form. I think it's so boring. But yeah. Anyway, I think I've BS'd long enough. I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, check out Mixen Vixens. We're going to be on in about 4 hours. We're going over the donut. So it should be interesting. Other than that, I don't know when the next time I'm going to do. I'm not going to promise you guys anything. I come on here these days when I feel like it, which lately hasn't been horribly often, as you can tell. Mentally, I'm doing okay. So it's not really that. It's just, I don't know. Me having my tasting issues is kind of depressing because I can't taste half the flavors I get. And it's just, I don't know. To me, Vixens, like if you want to see me on a regular basis, you're going to have to watch me on Vixens. So I know it's not the same because I'm not as talkative when there's other people. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. I have been, well, Friction's only started doing his streaming, but I am on there with him. So I talk more there as well. So if you want to see me or hear, well, you won't see me, but you'll hear me. And Max Savage, like I said, is on there as well as, Friction and I. If you want to see or hear, that, you can follow Friction on Twitch, which I put the link. I guess I could put it again right there. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Guys, stay safe. Huh? Oh, okay. I missed that part. I was like, what are you talking about hooking them up? But anyway, I am going to get out of here and be safe, be well, and yeah, bye.